What's up, everyone? Nobody in the stream just as of yet, but I'm sure we'll come across somebody, at least before the night is over. Gonna put a little more time into leveling the sorcerer, trying to make this feed something that is more helpful than just out there for entertainment value's sake. I know there's a lot of people playing Star Wars The Old Republic, especially since 3.0 came out. There's been a spike in playership and membership. And I guess one of the things I'd like to do to contribute to the community, at least in some way, is have a stream that's a little more dedicated to strategy and to different ways to do things. To the mutual sharing of resources, all that good stuff, and so that's kind of what I'm going to be gearing my stream toward. Hopefully, a little bit of entertainment value as we go, you know. But this here in front of me is Sinjin. He's an old character that I threw away at one point, deleted him out, and am now re-leveling him. Some of my guildmates think I'm totally nuts for doing that. I have been called nuts for throwing away characters, but I do that every now and then because I am in this game for the story. That's what I'm doing. So I like to be able to play it back through and go, you know, through that. And it also gives me an opportunity to go through the level a character under the new combat proficiencies discipline system. I haven't had a chance to do that yet. All my characters start at, you know, as most of us have in game, being level 55, so somewhere in here, and then we go through these this next set of items. And in doing that, you know, we get a little bit of a taste of it, but not really going through the whole system. And as you level up, what kind of bonuses you get, how things change, how the gameplay changes, noticing when things kick in. I do know that they want to, for instance, if you had a tank character, to make it feel a little more tanky. They've given you a taunt earlier on. For the same thing for heals, they've given you like a stronger heal skill earlier on, so that you're feeling what it is that you're playing a lot earlier. But I haven't experienced that, so I'm kind of going back through and going to be leveling this guy primarily as a DPS. But I will invest in the field respec at some point here, so that abandon becomes live and I can switch between specs at will. And I would like to be able to play with the healing tree a little bit, which I know is a lot more static. There's a lot less motion in how things are here under 3.0, but we'll experience that as we get there. I'm not in a hurry to get into that just yet, but at least looking at the lightning spec and what all is going to happen. That's my plan for now. And then also as I level up, looking at some of the utility points and the different changes those make. So we're leveling a character again, and it's going to be fun to do this to share strategy along the way as we go. I have been playing since launch with a break here or there of, I think, here recently until October. I was out from, I guess, January until October. It was the longest break I've had. And then somewhere right closer to the beginning, I was out for 3 months, and so I suspect that I've been playing long enough to say I've been playing since launch. I was a member of the SWTOR website before the game launched and everything, so I've got some tenure in this game. I think enough to have learned some strategies that I think will help newer people. So as we are leveling this character, I would like to just share some things that I've learned along the way, and hopefully if another veteran or two jumps into the channel and shares their insights, I'll be able to speak those into the stream as well. Kind of get a record out there, and if there's anything good that we come across that we say, I'll be sure to export it to YouTube so that these things are available from a long-term perspective. That said, here is my new guy. He is currently level 14. You compare his stats to other level 14s and you'll see that he is quite buff as far as health is concerned, especially for a sorcerer. Almost as much as double the HP, and the reason for that, and it's not quite, I think, but the reason for that is because I have, for one, gone through and gotten him a full set of orange gear, and I will explain how that happens at some point tonight. I'm going to make sure that I get that news out there. And another one is that in the main hand I have equipped a 41 endurance crystal, and that bumps it really high. And here in a few I'll be doing a heroic mission, hopefully with somebody, that will give me the offhand, and with the offhand I'll put another one of those in, and that'll definitely double up my XP compared to the average level 14, around, so anybody around my level who is just leveling with green gear. Not that it really makes a difference, because at leveling you're outgrowing gear so fast, but it helps to be able to know it's a different strategy to gearing as you go. Instead of buying greens and trading things out for greens all the time, for quest rewards what you're getting is the mods, or at least the basic comms that you use to go to the fleet and buy those mods. And they come in very quickly, and so once every maybe 6 levels you can totally switch your mods around and that of a companion, at least another companion. And if you have a Cybertech alt or a Artifice alt, you can have them crafting the armorings, the mods, and the enhancements as you go, and then you're spending even less of your basic comms on the pieces that you don't get off of your alts. And so it's a really good way to level. And for those of you who are not yet familiar with how to do that, you buy an entire set of gear once you have the money to be able to do that, and that sort of enters it into your collections menu, which if you open your inventory, the little button here on the bottom called collections, and I think it's here in the cartel market window as well. But this collections button is what you're looking for, and it's hiding there underneath. And I've experienced the odd vet who doesn't even know it's there and doesn't know anything about the collection system. So it is it's fun to be able to go through this, at least for people that haven't experienced it yet. But you click on this, and that opens up all of the sets and items that you have bought off of the cartel market, or that you've acquired from the GTN that have a source in the cartel market. And so at some point I went through, I forget when, but I went through and bought the whole charged interrogator set, including the helm. Bought every one of the pieces. Whenever that happens, I got a message in my feed that said, hey, you have unlocked this, now it's in your collections menu. So I was able to click the collections button and it shows up in here. And it's a quality of life improvement that they need to do to make it so that it remembers how you leave these. But if you collapse them, which you have to do every single time you open this window for now, hopefully they'll get that fixed soon, you can see the different categories of items that will show up in here. And it is quite, it is quite extensive. But I can go into, let's see here, wanting to look for armor. Open up my armor menu, go to this top menu here, and it's every piece of armor set that they've ever had in game, and the ones that you have bought. So somewhere in here I will find the charged interrogator set. And what will happen is there'll be this icon here that means that I need to buy it with cartel coins. So for instance, this revered seer, I have the whole set on an alt. That presently is actually a screenshot or a screen capture of it is down in the lower left hand corner of the window. But I am wearing this on an alt, so if I wanted to come here and unlock this so I could wear it on other characters in my legacy, you just click that button. It asks you, do you want to spend 480 coins, of which I don't have that amount right now. The less new the set is, the less the price is. So I would be able to afford certain other sets right now, but I'm not going to do just this one. But what I would do is if I add coins or whatever, but if I do want to do this, I could go in here and purchase that. And that gives me another icon that looks just like this one here. Let me see if I can find one that has that. A lot of sets I've acquired, but I haven't felt the need to move them to any other characters. But for instance, look at this Diabolist armor set here. I do not have this in my inventory. But here I have a download button, so if I click the download button, boom, I have the entire set in my inventory for free, because and I can do that across any character in my legacy. And so that's really the secret of doing that. Buy a set that you like that kind of fits everybody, or certain kinds of ones. Once you've got a collection up, you're really good at the things that you like. And I am able to do that. And also another thing I can do that with is +2 endurance crystals that are cartel market based, and that kind of a thing. So I was able to download the entire set, and that is how I got this. I think the only one that I actually went out and bought was a Revenant Pursuer's helmet, because I like the look of that, and that And it really is a good look, especially with a charged interrogator, and then having everything customized in appearance so that the colors are unified across the whole set. And then I have a, let's see, purple and pale brown, so that gives him just a really good look. So, and then you mod it out, and for very, very little, I have actually geared this guy up way, beyond what an average level 14 will have. And so that really is a secret to gearing as you go, I think. And if you can do that, the 12 times XP weekends won't bother you any at all, because you'll already have the gear able to acquire it very quickly without having to, to trouble yourself with too much of that stuff. So I do think I'm probably going to try to do some PvP tonight. And I do think we're going to do some missions and some running, just leveling this guy, kind of experiencing that menu as we go, or at least the new disciplines system, disciplines track.